All right, you know the scene. You walk into that big high-stakes conference room. There are screens everywhere. People are waiting.
Hmm.
And someone tries to plug in their laptop, and you just get that awkward silence. The screen flickers. Nothing.
The dreaded AV handshake of death.
Yeah.
It is the fastest way to just kill the momentum of a meeting.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive on the piece of kit that's designed to eliminate that exact friction.
A magic box.
We're looking at the Kramer VS-84H2. It's an 8x4 4K HDR Matrix Switcher. Now, I know 8x4 matrices are pretty standard, but this one, something about the specs caught my eye.
It is surprisingly dense for what it does, but you're right. The real story here isn't just the number of inputs. It's the signal integrity.
Okay, let's talk about that. It's pushing 4K at 60 hertz with 4.4.4 chroma sampling. Why is that specific number, 4.4.4, such a big deal for the boardroom?
Because of the content. I mean, if you're in a sports bar, 4.2.0 is fine. You won't notice.
Right.
But in a boardroom, you are looking at data. Fine lines in a spreadsheet, red text on a black background.
Things that would just blur out with lower sampling.
It becomes a smeared, unreadable mess. This unit ensures it's pixel for pixel accurate. The data on the screen is actually legible.
And it keeps that clarity over distance. I saw the specs mention reclocking and equalization.
That is the Kramer signature, really. When you run HDMI over, say, a 50-foot copper cable to a projector,
You're going to get signal loss.
you get jitter, attenuation, all sorts of problems. This box doesn't just pass the signal along. It actively rebuilds it to its original strength before sending it out. It fixes the cable problem.
Okay, so the video path is absolutely solid, but the thing that actually made me go, aha, was the audio handling.
Ah, you spotted that.
It's sold as an 8x4 video switcher, but if you dig into the block diagram, it's effectively a 12x12 audio matrix, isn't it?
That is the hidden superpower here. It allows for completely independent audio routing. It can de-embed the audio right from the HDMI stream.
So in practice, I could take video from input A, send it to the main screen, but strip the audio.
And send that audio to a totally different output. A dedicated sound system, a conference call processor, whatever you want.
You aren't stuck with the TV speakers.
Precisely. You get total control over the audio zones, independent of what's on the screens.
That is incredible flexibility. But what about the automation? I saw it has active source detection and step in over HDMI. Automation can be a buzzword that just doesn't work.
Right, but this is actually pretty clever. It's just monitoring the 5-volt signal on the HDMI pin.
Oh, okay.
The moment a new device is plugged in and that voltage appears, the switcher sees it and can automatically prioritize it.
So no more hunting for the remote or calling IT. You just plug in and you're live.
Exactly. It basically gives the user permission to, take over the room just by plugging in. It removes that friction of who has the floor.
But it have to address the elephant in the room.
The price tag.
The MSRP is over $4,400. Even on HDTV Supply, it's around $3,500. That is a serious investment. Why not just get a cheap dongle or use software?
It really comes down to the cost of failure. In a corporate boardroom, if a meeting with executives is delayed 10 minutes because of a cheap switcher failing,
You've just burned more in salaries than the cost of the entire unit.
you've got it. You are paying for enterprise-grade reliability.
That actually tracks with a review I saw on the source site. It wasn't generic. A customer from Mexico specifically named Rachel Christian, the VP of Ops at HDTV Supply, for her help.
And that's a crucial data point. When you buy enterprise gear, you're not just buying the box. You're buying the support ecosystem behind it. Knowing you can call a specific person like Rachel when an install goes wrong, that's a huge part of the value.
So at the end of the day, the VS-84H2 is about making the technology invisible. It handles all the chaos so the humans can just present.
That's the ideal, yeah. But it does bring up an interesting thought. With features like active source detection, the machine it's starting to predict our intent.
It's getting better at automatically directing the flow of information.
And as these background devices get smarter and smarter, are we
training ourselves to be passive observers?
Exactly. Are we losing the habit of actively controlling our own environment because we just expect the box to do it for us?
A little philosophical homework for the next time you plug in an HDMI cable. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.